Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
G'day guys, my name's Dave Trent and welcome to another Throwback Thursday edition of a GuitarZero2Hero song tutorial. And this week we're going way back to John Lennon's classic song, Imagine. Now for the basics of this song, you'll just need your guitar in standard tuning, and the chord shapes used throughout this song are quite easy as well. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. So let's start with the verse, and the verse is really nice and easy. There's just 3 chord shapes. We start with the C. After the C we have a C major 7. To play a C major 7, you basically just lift your index finger up off the C chord shape. That's C major 7. And then finally we have F. Now you can play this F as a bar chord F, but I like to play it with my thumb. So reaching my thumb over to hit that first fret of the 6th string. If you're having trouble with the F chord, then make sure you watch my video on 4 different ways of playing the F chord. So those are our 3 chord shapes. Now for the strumming pattern of this verse, it's really simple. It's just 8 down strums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're going to accent the on beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are going to be accented. And what I mean by accented is just that you'll play those strums a bit harder than the end beats. So the strumming pattern with the accents will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... For the non-accented strums, you can just focus more on the bass notes of whatever chord you're playing. And for the accented strums, you can strum everything. Up here in the annotations, you'll see where each chord needs to change. So the C and the C major 7 are within 1 bar, and the F has its own bar by itself. The point at which you change to the C major 7 is going to be on the 4 beat. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we go to our F. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now if you want to add a little bit extra to this verse, we can add that little piano lick that's in the actual song to this F chord. And this will occur on the 4 beat. And from this F chord, we're just going to pluck the 3rd string, and you'll play the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and then you'll lift your index finger and you'll pluck the open 2nd string. So that 3-note lick just sounds like this. And one more time. And together with the F chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and... Now if this F chord shape with the thumb on top is too hard for you, you can simplify it even further and you can play just this F chord here. So the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And we can do the exact same things. So on the 4 beat, we'll pluck the 3rd string, and then you'll take your ring finger, place it on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and then lift your index finger and hit the open 2nd string. So the easier version for this sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and... So one more time all together with the full F chord with the thumb. The verse will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... And the easier version. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and... As I mentioned before, that little 3-note lick at the end of the F chord is optional, so you can just continue playing the F chord if you want to. Now we get to the section where John Lennon sings Imagine All the People, and this is not really a chorus, but it's not really a verse either, so we're just going to call it a pre-chorus. Now for this section we simply have 2 lines of chords. We start with the F chord, and then we go to an A minor/E, so it's just an A minor chord, but you're permitted to hit that open 6th string. Then we go to a D minor. Now for this D minor, we're going to play it like this. We're going to put our index finger on the 1st fret of the 1st string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Now there's a reason for this, because our next chord will need to use our ring finger, which we have open here. So we have D minor like that, and our next chord is a D minor/C. So it's just an alteration of this D minor shape. You'll take your ring finger and you'll place it on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And that's D minor/C. You won't hit the open 6th string, it'll just start from the 5th string onwards. So we have those 4 chord shapes, and then the second line of chords is a G. Now for this G you can play it the normal way, like that. But I like to play it like this. So ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And you can just leave that 1st string muted. That's the way I like to play this G chord, because our next chord is a G7. And to play that, we'll lift our pinky finger and our index finger will go on the 1st fret of the 1st string. And that's G7. Now the strumming pattern for this section will just go down, 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 up. And in succession, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Now you're going to play that strumming pattern once for each chord in the first line. The G is going to be played for 2 strumming patterns, and then the G7 is just held out and strummed once like that. So altogether this section will sound like this. Down, 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 down. And that's it for that Imagine All the People section. Now we get to the chorus, and the chorus is really nice and easy. There's just 2 lines of chords. We start with F, then we go G, then we go C, and then E7. So middle finger on the 2nd fret of your 5th string, and then index finger on the 1st fret of your 3rd string. Now that's it for the first line, and that first line is played 3 times. Then the second line is just F, G, and then C. Now every single chord in this chorus is played for 1 strumming pattern, and it's the same strumming pattern that we had in the previous section, which is down, 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 up. The only exception here is that very last C chord, and we're just going to strum that once and hold on to it. So altogether the chorus sounds like this. Down. So now I'm going to be playing through the whole song in its entirety. I'm going to have a vocal track on top for some context. So feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice play along to and see how you go. Hope you guys have enjoyed this classic by John Lennon. Be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. If you've enjoyed this and you want to see more in the future, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also click on that little notification bell next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any updates. It would mean so much if you hit that like button, leave your thoughts, comments, questions and requests below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.
Take